Jack Elam, born William Scott. Elam, on November 13, 1920, in Miami, Arizona, had a life filled with early adversity that shaped the man behind the iconic villainous roles. Tragically losing his mother at a young age, Elam was raised by relatives and later moved to California, where he attended high school and Santa Monica Junior College. His life was marked by a strong work ethic and determination to overcome obstacles. A childhood accident left Elam with a permanently wandering eye, a feature that would become one of his trademarks, often giving his characters a menacing and unpredictable edge. Though initially seen as a disadvantage, this quirk became an integral part of his on-screen persona, establishing him as one of Hollywood's most memorable character actors. From accountant to Hollywood actor. Before Jack Elam found fame in Hollywood, he worked a variety of jobs, including as an accountant and an auditor for Samuel Goldwyn Studios. His entry into the world of film was unconventional. Rather than pursuing acting from the outset, Elam used his industry connections and business savvy to secure bit parts. It wasn't long before he transitioned from behind-the-scenes work to appearing in front of the camera. His first film roles began in the late 1940s, but it was in the 1950s that his career truly gained momentum. With his striking features, particularly his crooked grin and intense eyes, Elam found himself cast in westerns, which were at the height of their popularity. This marked the beginning of a long and successful career that would see him playing some of the most memorable villains in film history. A master of villainy in westerns, Jack Elam became synonymous with the western genre, appearing in dozens of films throughout the 1950s and 1960s. With his unmistakable look and gruff voice, Elam was often cast as outlaws, gunslingers, and corrupt sheriffs. His roles in films such as Rawhide, 1951, High Noon, 1952, and Once Upon a Time in the West, 1968, showcased his ability to portray villains with depth and a strange charisma. Despite his often sinister characters, Elam was well liked by his colleagues off-screen for his humour and affable personality. His presence on screen was magnetic, even in the most morally ambiguous roles, which made him a fan favourite. His performances were a blend of menace and charm, which added a unique flair to every film he was in. The evolution into comedy and versatility. By the 1970s and 1980s, Jack Elam had successfully reinvented himself, transitioning from hard-edged villain roles to comedic parts, showcasing his versatility as an actor. His performances in Support Your Local Sheriff, 1969, and its sequel, Support Your Local Gunfighter, 1971, demonstrated his sharp comedic timing and self-awareness, proving that he could laugh at his own typecasting as a villain. Elam's willingness to parody his own image endeared him to a new generation of fans, who appreciated his wit and self-deprecating humour. This shift in his career not only broadened his range, but also highlighted his adaptability as an artist. As the Western genre evolved, so did Elam's career, allowing him to find new ways to connect with audiences while still retaining the signature traits that made him so memorable. A staple of classic television. In addition to his extensive film career, Jack Elam became a familiar face on television. He made numerous guest appearances in classic series such as Gunsmoke, Bonanza, The Twilight Zone, and The Rifleman. His roles in these shows further cemented his place in the annals of mid-century American entertainment. Elam's contributions to television were as significant as his film work, with his presence adding a memorable touch to every episode he appeared in. Whether playing a villain, a sidekick, or a quirky character, Elam's performances were always marked by a distinctive flair that kept audiences engaged. His work in both film and television helped solidify his reputation as one of Hollywood's most reliable and recognizable character actors. A career of 70 films and 100-plus television episodes. Over the course of his career, Jack Elam appeared in more than 70 films and over 100 television episodes, his distinctive presence making an impact on nearly every project he was a part of. Though he often played villains or eccentric characters, his range was undeniable. His ability to transform even the smallest roles into memorable performances made him a staple of Hollywood productions. In an industry dominated by leading men, Elam carved out a unique space for himself through sheer talent and dedication to his craft. His willingness to embrace the eccentricities of character actors allowed him to stand out even when sharing the screen with more famous stars. His work became a testament to the value of character acting in Hollywood and its ability to elevate even the most simple stories, personal life and marriage. Jack Elam's personal life was equally rich and filled with love and loss. In 1937, he married his first wife, Jean-Louise Haget, during the early years of his struggle to make it in Hollywood. Jean stood by him during his lean years, when he worked a variety of jobs before finding success in the film industry. Their marriage lasted for nearly 24 years, but tragedy struck when Jean passed away from colon cancer in 1961. This loss was profound for Elam as they had shared a long and stable partnership. Her death came during a period when his career was gaining momentum, creating an emotional struggle for Elam. 7 months later, he remarried Margaret M. Jennison in 1961, a partnership that would last for the rest of his life. Margaret provided Elam with the support he needed as his career blossomed, and their marriage remained a source of stability and love. The deep-seated dislike for Gary Cooper. Behind the scenes of Hollywood's glamorous facade, rivalries and tensions often simmered. One of the most surprising and lesser-known animosities in Elam's life was his intense dislike of the iconic Western star, Gary Cooper. While Cooper was celebrated as a paragon of American virtue and cowboy nobility, Elam, known for his grizzled, villainous roles, found Cooper's polished image to be hypocritical. The roots of Elam's resentment were not born from a single incident, but from a growing sense of frustration with the Hollywood system and Cooper's role within it. Elam viewed Cooper as emblematic of an elitist, superficial system that rewarded looks and image over substance, a system that often overlooked the contributions of character actors like himself. This ideological divide, combined with personal encounters where Cooper reportedly snubbed or belittled Elam, deepened the animosity. Legacy in Hollywood and a quiet retirement. Jack Elam's career spanned more than 50 years, during which he built a legacy as one of the most distinctive character actors in Hollywood history. Known for his grizzled features and his ability to bring both menace and humor to his roles, Elam left an indelible mark on the Western genre and beyond. In the years following his retirement from acting in the early 1990s, Elam moved to Ashland, Oregon, where he spent his final years in relative peace, away from the Hollywood spotlight. He remained married to Margaret, his second wife, until his death in 2003. Though his later years were marked by declining health, Elam retained his signature wit and dry humor. His passing in 2003 was mourned by fans and colleagues alike, but his legacy lives on through his memorable performances. A legacy of character and complexity. Though Jack Elam was often typecast as a villain, he brought a depth and complexity to his roles that set him apart from other actors in his genre. His transition from feared outlaw to beloved comedic character demonstrated his versatility and adaptability as an artist. In the years since his death, tributes have poured in from fans, colleagues, and film historians, praising Elam's contributions to cinema and his ability to bring authenticity to every role he played. His unique screen presence, with his wandering eye and weathered face, made him an unforgettable part of Hollywood's golden age, and his performances continue to captivate audiences long after his passing. Jack Elam may have been a man of contradictions, but his legacy is one of enduring charm and masterful character acting.